People with real power rarely explain themselves. They don't justify, they don't over-clarify, they don't rush to be understood. And that isn't arrogance, it's strategy. Today, we're going to expose the psychology behind why powerful people stay silent and why the moment you feel the need to explain yourself, you've already lost leverage. This isn't about confidence, it's about control. Most people believe explanations build trust, that if you explain your intentions clearly, others will respect you more. The mind doesn't work that way. Explanations don't create authority. They signal insecurity. When you explain yourself, your brain is unconsciously communicating something. That approval is required. That agreement is needed. That your position is negotiable. Power does not negotiate its legitimacy. It assumes it. The human mind is constantly scanning for status cues, not words, signals, certainty, calm, stillness. When someone speaks too much, your brain doesn't hear intelligence. It hears instability. Powerful people understand this instinctively. They let silence do the work. Because silence forces other people to fill the gap. And the mind hates empty space. When nothing is explained, people project meaning. They assume depth. They assume confidence. They assume authority. This is called status ambiguity. And it's one of the strongest psychological leverage points that exists. The less someone explains, the more effort others put into interpreting them. That effort creates value. Now compare that to over-explanation. When you justify every decision, defend every boundary, clarify every move, you shift the balance. The listener is no longer trying to understand you. They're evaluating you, judging you, deciding whether your reasoning is acceptable. This is why people with power don't rush to defend themselves when challenged. They understand something most people don't. Defending yourself places you below the accusation. Silence places you above it. This doesn't mean powerful people never speak. It means when they do, it's deliberate, minimal, precise, unemotional. Emotion invites debate. Debate invites equality. Equality dissolves hierarchy. This is why leaders, judges, high-status negotiators, and dangerous individuals share a common trait. They don't explain their authority, they embody it. There's another reason explanations weaken power. Explanations invite control. When you explain your thinking, you give others a map. They learn your logic, your values, your pressure points. That makes you predictable. Power thrives on unpredictability. This is why powerful people often speak in conclusions, not processes. They don't tell you how they arrived there, only that they did. Your mind fills in the rest. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people explain themselves because they're afraid of being misunderstood. Powerful people are not. They understand that being misunderstood is not a threat, it's a filter. Those who matter will adapt. Those who don't will leave. And that separation preserves authority. This principle applies everywhere. At work, in relationships, in social dynamics. The more you chase understanding, the more you signal dependence. The less you explain, the more others adjust to you. This doesn't mean becoming cold or cruel. It means understanding the psychological cost of unnecessary justification. Every explanation is a request, and power never asks what it already owns. The moment you feel the urge to explain yourself, pause. Ask why. Are you clarifying or are you seeking permission? Because the mind of the listener can feel the difference, and they respond accordingly. Now here's the part most people don't like. Once you see this dynamic, you can't unsee it. You'll notice who speaks too much, who justifies, who rushes to defend, and who stays calm, silent, and untouched. And if you want to understand how power really works, not the surface version, but the invisible one, subscribe, because the most effective influence doesn't force you. It convinces you that you chose it. This is the invisible mind. If this made you uncomfortable, that's not an accident. This channel exists to expose the psychological forces shaping your decisions before you notice them. Most people never see these mechanisms. They just feel certain. If you want to understand how influence actually works before it works on you, subscribe, because the next decision you feel confident about might not be yours at all.